Hello and welcome to the Diary of a Girls Basketball Coach. I am Tully Sullivan, also known as Coach Tully in the basketball world, aka the original black nerd. And today our episode is talking about making the right choice when it comes to selecting a basketball program for your child. I'm going to be diving into some differences between a basketball coach and a basketball teacher. Just a little perspective difference. And this is going to be focused on elementary and middle school players primarily. But as always, I always have to give my little disclaimers. This episode, as I said, is primarily focused on beginning elementary and middle school players who have a desire to play in high school. College is a whole nother thing, and this is really about how people try to think about playing in high school. Number two is if your child is one of these legit ballers that they would be starting on any elite team that they can go to, man, this episode's not for you. You go to the best elite program that your child can play at. Okay? And number three, yes, there are basketball coaches who are also basketball teachers. For the past 14 years, I've had the joy and the pleasure of coaching JV basketball. And a lot of people have asked me why I didn't pursue a varsity head coach job. And my answer is pretty simple. I prefer being a basketball teacher over a basketball coach. But let me share my reasons why. I have coached at a varsity level against some of the best coaches in this area, the legends. And it has its thrills. I've coached in some of the most thrilling games in my coaching career have been at the varsity high school level. But after my years of experience and many unforgettable wins, I've come to understand that there's a critical need for basketball teachers at the elementary and middle school levels. Being a JV coach, I see who comes in to play at the JV level, who thus becomes the varsity players. And we need to develop our elementary and middle school players so when they get to high school, they are already prepared. That's just my opinion. Many programs, they face challenges with gym time. That's going to force trade-offs in how often you can practice, how long you can practice, how much space you have to practice with. And this is where, sometimes you have to think about the difference between, the program that you have and is the person that's involved a basketball coach or are they a basketball teacher? And what is the need of your child? So this is what I want to talk about, the differences between being a basketball coach and being a basketball teacher. So some of the differences are focus. Now a coach, they have to focus on team strategy, game tactics, player development, all within a competitive playing environment. Now, a basketball teacher, they have to focus more on individual player skills, their fundamentals, a game understanding, and often in a far less competitive environment. So those are two things that are a difference in a focus in a basketball coach and a basketball teacher. It's about what I have to do with the limited time that I have to do it in. The next thing is about the role of the person that's involved. In a basketball coach, their primary job is to lead during the game, make the strategic decisions of who plays, what we're going to do, how we're going to play. All those decisions are what a coach has to think about. A basketball teacher, they do instruction, guidance, give feedback during practice, skill sessions. They spend a lot of time on that and not as much on the plays and counter plays and things like that. And then the third thing to think about is a coach focuses on winning. And winning means that playing time gets appropriately put out for the team to win. It promotes team performance, it has season goals, and those goals are based on winning. Basketball teachers, their goals are based on learning, skill improvement, and player development. They want to be competitive in their competitive environment, whatever level that is, but their focus is not so much on winning as it is on learning. A basketball coach, they're about winning. And that goes back to one of the reasons why I'd rather be a JV coach than a varsity coach. I understand that the primary job of the varsity head coach is for the team to win. So therefore, that my decisions are going to be based on what's going to do the best thing for my team to win. On JV, my job is to make sure that my JV players, when they leave JV, they will be able to contribute in whatever manner to make their team, the varsity team, the best team they can be. So that's a little difference on emphasis, and that's a little background on why I do what I do. These things that we talked about as far as perspectives, they're especially important when choosing the right program for your child. But let's talk about each factor and why they matter. Okay, the first is coaching quality, of course. The qualification and experience of coaches directly impact the quality of instruction and mentorship that your child's going to get. Skilled coaches can inspire and develop players effectively, making each day on the court a new adventure of learning and growth. A bad coach can really mess with a child's self-esteem. So be conscious of that coach's qualifications, that coach's experience. The second thing you want to think about is skill development. If your child just started playing basketball, or your child doesn't really have a lot of skill playing basketball, then fundamental skills are the building block of basketball proficiency. Programs that focus on dribbling, passing, shooting, and defense, that job is to lay a foundation for long-term improvement and success. Turn each practice into an exciting journey of skill enhancement. So you want to look, is that what you need for your child? But if your child's a child that can play at the advanced level, and they can get their individual training supplemented by doing training outside of practice, whether it's individual or whatever, then that program that has focus on winning and has that focus, that's a good program. But if you have your child's needs have a need for fundamentals, you want to take in consideration and watch what is taught at each practice. Okay. The third thing, and I'm a big stickler on this, is age-appropriate training. Okay. Are the training sessions all the same? Are they tailored to your child's age and skill level? Even in situations in which there are multiple age groups or multiple skill levels, are they separated out? Do they receive instruction that is suitable and effective, that they can comprehend at their age level? This will prevent a lot of frustrations that you'll feel and your child will feel. And it will only enhance their learning and they'll make every training session an opportunity for them to just explore, what they learned the last time and what they want to try the next time, and they'll try to improve. So, if you go into a program and you see that they're doing a lot of complicated, complex things, then that might not be it if your child hasn't started playing. If your child hasn't been playing for long, and even if he has a lot of the skills, and you put it into a program that every kid on there has been playing for years, and they understand basketball more than she does, that might not be the best fit. So make sure you look and see what type of training is being involved when you make that decision. Okay? The fourth thing is very important, is safety measures. How conscious is that coach and those assistants with your child's safety? Safety should always be a top priority. If you can ask about what you have as far as injury prevention strategies, what do you have first aid availability, are the practice always supervised? What's the game? What kind of environment your game that the children will play in? You can ask those questions. You can try to ensure that you have a secure environment that your child can thrive in. Allowing them, to really enjoy the adventure of basketball. Because I believe that if we have younger players enjoy the game of basketball, whether they play it later or not, they will always be fans of the game, and that will grow a female basketball more than anything. So the next thing you have to ask about is playing time, and the amount of playing time is definitely going to impact how your child enjoys it and their development. So know where your child, I will refer you back to my video on knowing on 5 essential tips for parents. And you have to know whether your child is a ball player, a baller, or just somebody that wants to go out there and have fun. Because wherever she's at, you need to be at. So the amount of playing time is important. So that is, when you look at a program, you have to see how playing time is distributed. Because programs that prioritize, fair playing time and opportunities for growth and their positive basketball experience, well, those programs are not going to be dominant programs. They're going to lose some games. Because in order to let everybody play, there's going to be opportunities for other teams to take advantage of that. But that will make an exciting and thrilling adventure through that basketball experience. Now, if you're in a more competitive environment, you earn every minute that you get out there in the court. So, as long as the playing time is developed, distributed fairly amongst the players, and it's given out based on how good you play and what type of effort you put in practice and what you deliver in the game, and based on that metric, then okay, understand that that's how playing time is decided. But you need to know. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden your child is not playing any time because you put them on an elite program and they weren't an elite player. Now, this next factor is character development. Basketball is not just about skills. It's also about values. It's also about, developing a strong ethic. Programs that emphasize things like sportsmanship and teamwork. Programs that are well disciplined. That's an interesting topic I'll talk about later. And they show respect and they help shape well-rounded people. I coach girls, and so my job is to provide them an opportunity to develop from girls into young women, and to, grown women, and they got to benefit from that. So every program should have that, whether they are a elite program or a rec program. Make sure that coach is also helping develop those life skills. Fostering an environment where every interaction is really an adventure in personal growth, making yourself better. And the last couple of things that I'm going to talk about, really, these are some things that you always check out no matter what. The facilities and equipment. Make sure when you go into place, and make sure that the facilities are, can contribute to a positive and safe and secure environment. It's got to make sure that that's good. And it should also hopefully have an overall experience that a skill development. Yeah, I understand, the old school, just come out there and play, because I've practiced in every type of gym and outside, on all types of things. So I understand that. And sometimes that's a necessary thing. But when you're looking for a program for your child, make sure that they have a facility that is well maintained and they have good equipment. Because the program that doesn't invest in their equipment is not going to be a program that's going to be effective in skill development, and they're not going to be able to really develop the child the best she could be. All right? My next thing is about that money, okay? And about your time. Two of the most important things outside of your child that you have. Okay? Now, you got to understand the money, the program costs, any registration fees, all of that. What the uniform fees are. Is it what money is? Do I pay one fee and I got to fundraise? All those things you can ask up front. And any program that doesn't give you the information, then you will say, maybe that's not, I want to get involved with using my money for this. So understand that, and understand what your money gets. Because if you're in the elite program, your money does not get your child playing time. But if you're in a rec program, it pretty much does. So think about, what your child's trying to get, and understand the cost. But understand that there's a lot of different costs in this. So budget out your money, okay? And most importantly, understand your time schedule. See if, your schedule will be able to be accommodating to whatever the basketball schedule is. So programs that are organized and have everything structured, those programs are programs that, may be best for you, rather than programs who are not able to provide a stable, consistent location, time, and place. So think about that when you're looking at that. Ask the questions. Make sure it fits into your schedule. Make sure it fits into your budget. It's an investment of time and money. Okay? The next thing is being able to communicate with your coach. I personally believe that open and regular communication with, my other coaches, my parents, my players is essential. So when you go to a program, understand, and just you can find out how they communicate. Do you get text messages? Are you on an email group? Do we just hand out papers at practice? Do I just tell the kids? There's a whole different lot of ways that people do this, and depending on the age group, some things are more appropriate than others. So you need to make sure you understand how the team communicates, and make sure, because communication is essential for your child's successful and enjoyable adventure in basketball. Okay? Now, open communication is also essential for understanding progress. Okay? Understanding, addressing concerns. When you have a learning environment, you have a goal for your child. The coach has the goal for your child. Make sure you're on the same page and you're measuring success the same way, so that you can both enjoy, you and your child can have a shared adventure in their growth in basketball. And number 10, and the final thing, that reputation and doing research. Okay. Researching the program's reputation, it's a million ways you can try to do that. You can do that through just conversations with other people. You can, go online, see if they have a website, Facebook page, Instagram, see if they have anything, see if the coaches have any type of social media. Any of those things, find out about them, research it, seek references, and when you come to a program, you don't have to buy in right away. If your child trying out, or you're trying to see if it's a program for you, when you're in there in practice, talk with other parents, ask them questions. This will help you make an informed decision that will definitely lead to a positive and a memorable basketball adventure for your child. Okay? So, and my last thing I want you to think about, considering these factors and understanding why they matter. Okay, you as the parent can make an informed decision that will prioritize your child's development, your child's enjoyment, and your overall child's basketball experience. Okay? So in closing, if you like what we do, and you enjoy this, and I know this was a long video, remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, all those things. Help me out. I am Telly Sullivan, also known in the basketball world as Coach Telly, aka the original Black Nerd. So, hope to see you on the next episode of A Diary of a Girls Basketball Coach. And until that next time, keep on supporting our young athletes, and make sure that you understand that every day is a new adventure. You got to enjoy it to its fullest. And I'm out. I'm coaching it. If you're down with the days, let me hear you say, I'm coaching it. OBN, original Black Nerd. OBN, original Black Nerd. OBN, original Black Nerd. Everything discussed about dramas is that third. OBN, original Black Nerd. OBN, original Black